Call this regular board meeting of February 24th, 2014 to order. This time we'll have approval of minutes.
So moved for approval.
Second.
Approval, proper second, that we approve the minutes on record. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Have adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Move proper second, that we adopt the agenda as read. All in favor, vote by sign of aye. Opposed, motion carried. All the announcements, Mr. Stringfellow?
Nelson, yes, I'd like to say one thing, and Dr. Foster kind of elaborated on this. I had the pleasure to speak of going to the Theodore feeder pattern math walkthrough the other day, and I'm telling you, I saw some wonderful things going on, a lot of collaboration taking place. I know Dr. Foster will say more about it, but I was very pleased to see what's going on, and I'm sure it's happening with others, but I do appreciate the opportunity to go out there and actually see what's going on and what they're attempting to do like that.
Mr. Hartwell? Yes, sir. Dr. Foster?
Yes, to follow up on what Mr. Stringfellow has said, we were invited. He and I shared he's got a couple of schools in the Theodore feeder pattern. We were invited out to go through that the other day, and as part of the Board Member Recognition Month, which was last month, but the Theodore feeder pattern decided to do it this month, which we were appreciative for, and I'd like to say that we thoroughly enjoyed that. It was well worth the effort. I saw excellent teaching at both of the schools that we went to, one middle and one elementary school. The transition seems to be working there nicely, and I'd like to thank Dr. Carroll too for all that she does with the Theodore feeder pattern as well, and she was there for the latter part of our meeting later on that afternoon, and we really appreciated going out there. Dr. Carroll, thank you so much.
I attended the Golden Spoon competition Saturday. Really enjoyed myself, so I just want to tell the students again, you all did a wonderful job. And then also, I know there were several Black History programs. I wasn't able to attend everything, but from what I saw, I enjoyed it. I know there are a few more things going on, so I encourage us to participate. Like I say, go visit our schools if you can.
Okay. Anything else? Ms. P, you have any announcements?
Today was a great day at Murphy High School. Astronaut Kay Hire came back to her campus where she's an alumni, graduated Murphy class of 1977, and was active with the students, everyone there, very accommodating, very pleased to be back on the campus. So it was a great day to welcome a Murphy alumni back, a fellow alumni to Ms. Roberson, but also a student, a person who has done great things going through the Mobile County Public School System, which she was very nice and complimentary of saying that was where the foundation was laid. First woman combat pilot and has made 2 space trips and was instrumental in installing a cupola on the space station. So it was very interesting to hear today.
And a cupola is?
Looked like a room with a view on the space station. But it was a great moment. It was certainly nice to welcome her back to Murphy High School.
Okay. At this time, we have reports of recognitions. Before we get the recognitions, let me just read this here. Delegations are permitted to address the board at all regular board meetings. The delegate should be allowed a maximum of 5 uninterrupted minutes to make his or her presentation. The delegate should present his or her views concerning suggestions, recommendation in an objective manner, free of profanity and obscenity. The character, reputation, or good name of any individual shall not be discussed in open board meeting. Public participation policy, board approved June 22nd, 1974. At this time, we will have recognitions.
Once again, we have great recognitions for this month. I'd like to call forward Jennifer Olevnik from Grand Bay and Mr. Wendell Ellis, the principal of Grand Bay Middle School.
She knew about this one tonight.
I know. And don't you love that expression on her face on the front of our website? It's great. Come on over. Don't be shy. It's nice to have you up here, Dr. Foster. On January 18th, 2014, the Milken Family Foundation presented the National Educator Award to Grand Bay Middle School teacher Jennifer Olevnik. The announcement came during the 27th annual Coast to Coast tour to reward top educators. Ms. Olevnik never expected the award or the $25,000 check, and your husband didn't believe it. Hopefully he does now. Presented with the prestigious Milken Family Foundation National Education Award, the Education Oscar. The award was presented during a school-wide assembly disguised as a school event. Just a little fib there. It was presented by Dr. Jane Foley, Senior Vice President of the Milken Educator Awards, and Dr. Tommy Bice, the State Superintendent of Education. The award honors the exceptional work of educators as a model for the state and the nation. Dr. Bice praised you, hailing you as a wonderful example, and we agree, of what all teachers in Alabama can accomplish with drive and creativity. So congratulations, Dr. Foster.
Jennifer, on behalf of the Board of School Commissioners, and is signed by all of the Board of School Commissioners, we present you the Certificate of Recognition for your recent Milken National Educator Award, which is known as the Education Oscar. We certainly, as we stated the other day, and as I stated the other day, we certainly are proud of you. We certainly are proud of Grand Bay Middle School as well, and of all of our schools, and it's a pleasure to have you and all of the faculty at Grand Bay and those wonderful children, and your wonderful principal, Mr. Wendell Ellis, in my district. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ms. Peak, can I ask, which school district in the state of Alabama has more of these than any other?
If I'm not mistaken, no one does. This is our 5th Milken Award winner in the Mobile County Public School System. So it's exciting all the way back to 1999. And, you cannot apply for this. If you do make contact with this organization, they back up from doing this. They survey, they look at the teaching characteristics, and then they announce that they're making the awards. So thank you for asking, Mr. Stringfellow, but the 5th, and we're very pleased to have every one of our Milken Award winners. I've got to ask one question. Does your husband believe it now? Good. We had a lot of trouble trying to convince him over the phone the other day.
I think he finally believed you.
I don't know, it was still iffy with me. He had heard of me, but it was still iffy.
I don't believe Pat Mitchell is here tonight. Is Pat here? Okay. He is probably dealing with a transportation issue.
I know at the end of the day
I
they
know.
were without power and they were working through that.
Commissioner Stringfellow. From Davidson High School, Cheyenne Jones.
Mr. Mixon was coming to get the award, but that's all right.
Oh. Would you like to get the award? I'll give it to you later. Chris Houtling and Ladera McDaniel. Are the 3 students here? Thanks. Also Sheila Weaver, Golden Spoon Golden Corral sponsor. Adam Brown Hospitality, Tierra Moore, coordinator, and Larry Mouton. Come on. Did I miss anybody?
Student Spax?
Miss.
Miss Spax, the teacher.
Oh. Imagine this. You have 2 hours to make an award-winning appetizer, entree, and a dessert. And then go to Mrs. Peak's house and take it with you. Not only are you competing against the clock, but there are 5 other teams that are in the competition wanting to take home the Golden Spoon. That's what 18 Mobile Public High School students were faced with in the Golden Spoon Culinary Competition that was held last Saturday, February 22nd, at the Culinary at Virginia College. Sponsored by Golden Corral and Culinary, the Culinary Institute of Virginia College, this competition gave students the opportunity to demonstrate, practice, and apply culinary skills they have learned in the classroom. Teams of 3 students from Williamson, Viger, Murphy, Baker, Davidson, and Citronelle accepted the challenge with special recognition, cash awards, and a $2,500 scholarship offer to attend Culinard on the line. Each team was given a list of ingredients and 2 hours to finish and plate their dishes. The plates were judged on appearance, on taste, and temperature by 3 prominent local judges. The Golden Spoon competition is a cooperative project of the Golden Corral, the MCPSS, and the Culinary Institute of Virginia College. We are very proud to have our first place winners here from Davidson. They are Cheyenne Jones, Chris Houtling, and Ladera McDaniel. And also we have the people from Golden Corral. So if y'all will go ahead.
First of all, Dr. Crenshaw, what I want to know is how do we get to, we need to go ahead of time so we can go and be there. and
That's correct.
sample.
That's right.
Well, we did have a board member, Ms. Roberson was there
Ms.
all
Roberson, I
day.
She was there all day?
Yes.
These are the kinds of things I want you to
She
do.
said yes.
I got there in time to sample, and I can verify, award-winning salmon. It was delicious.
And Ms. Baxter, today, you had something you promised Well, I'm very proud to give this recognition from the Mobile County Board of School Commissioners to Davidson High School, Ms. Baxter, and the students that participated in this. And I wish that I had your talent in trying to think of things to put in something. It sounded quite a challenge, but I'm very proud of it. And I'm going to give the gentleman a chance to talk in just a second. Let me go ahead and read this. This is from the Mobile County Board of School Commissioners, certificate of recognition presented to these students as Ms. Baxter, recognition for winning first place in the Golden Spoon Culinary Competition. And I actually saw the big golden dish, and so it was, I know that the school is real proud of you, and you too, dear school. So congratulations to you. Cheyenne? Chris? Vera? I have one question to ask you. You know, normally when you get a bunch of chefs in a room, is there any one lead chef, or you just all kind of gave it in and agreed that this is what you need to do?
Well, Cheyenne was kind of the one that planned it out for us, even though she would say it. I'd like to have an opportunity for Adam to talk about the importance of these programs and kind of relationship in the business and industry with Adam Brown. All right, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Adam Brown. I'm certified kitchen manager and hospitality manager for Golden Corral Mobile. I'd like to start out by thanking all the boards for having me. It's an honor to be here on behalf of Golden Corral and the Golden Spoon. Also, I would like to congratulate the winning team of the Golden Spoon Davidson High School and all the other teams that competed. This is a great event. The Golden Spoon is not only a show of culinary talent, but it also exposes the passion of food through teamwork. We had 6 teams this year, and hopefully we can add a few more next year. We at the Golden Corral look forward to any community involvement events. Providing our local kids with proper resources will help keep them in our area or right here in Mobile. I'd also like to give a huge thanks to Virginia College's Culinard, Chef Jason, and all of his staff and students for allowing us to use his facilities. Last, I would like to give great praise to the Mobile County school system. It was amazing to see so many people from within the system come together and reach out for each of our students. So, congratulations.
I'm sorry, I forgot that this is our certificate of recognition. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead and take a picture.
Okay. All right.
Wait. What did you make? You aren't getting out of here that easy.
It's ironic
ironic because I presented at the competition. For the appetizer, we made 3 different small dishes. There were tapas, which is a Hispanic style theme of cooking where you have many small things that make a whole. We made, well, the secret ingredient was satsuma, by the way. We made an Andalusian bean and satsuma salad, a gazpacho shooter, and a spinach and goat cheese empanada. And for the entree, we made satsuma and citrus garlic marinated salmon. It was grilled on top of a bed of warm lentil arugula salad. And for dessert, we made a satsuma vanilla upside down cake.
Most of you adjourn and go to dinner.
Let's take a picture real quick over here.
While everybody's taking pictures, let me just add, in being there, the support from Golden Corral and also Virginia College was just unbelievable. The personnel that was there from both Golden Spoon and also Virginia College was amazing. All of the support they gave the students. It was an exciting day to see. Also, the teams together, the parents who were there. Mr. Richardson was there from Baker High School with his team. I think he probably was like me wanting to sample because it sure did look good and smell good. But just the enthusiasm and what a partnership to come together. And then the students on the winning team each have a $2,500 scholarship to attend culinary school at Virginia College. It's a 9-month program, and when they finish there, they will be certified chefs or who are ready to go out and work. And believe me, from what I've seen, that will be phenomenal. Also, Mrs. Baxter with her team, and each one of the teacher sponsors with their team were right there with them, inspiring them and moving them on. And you can see the relationship that the Davidson team has with Mrs. Baxter, their teacher and sponsor. So it was a great Saturday morning. Next time I won't be late. I'll be there with my fork early.
Chef Jason was very complimentary of the students. He said he felt like that they did work that you would expect somebody who had already attended culinary school. And the superintendent mentioned that the teachers were there, but it's important to know that the teachers could not be in the competition. In other words, they were on the outside, so the students did all the work themselves.
Wow. Viger was second place and Citronelle third.
Yes.
All right, now I'd like to call up Dr. Foster again. And Michael K. Watts, Senior Army Instructor at Baker High School. Michael K. Watts, Senior Army Instructor, Baker High School, is a first sergeant, retired. Michael Keith Watts is recognized as the JROTC CTE Outstanding Instructor of the Year in the Mobile County Public School System. He runs the most dynamic and efficient JROTC program in Mobile County, as demonstrated by the numerous awards and the trophies his cadets have won over the past several years. As the only JROTC program in our district run by a non-commissioned officer, he has demonstrated leadership and aggressive, can-do attitude for everything his program does, is indicative of his commitment and his dedication to our students and his fellow colleagues at Baker High School. Last year, his cadets were invited to represent the state of Alabama at a ceremony to be held in Normandy, France, in honor of the 70th anniversary of D-Day during World War II. It is the only program in our state selected to do so. Clearly, he is among the best instructors in our district, and there is no doubt that he and his cadets will represent all of us extremely well at the ceremony. No other program in our district is as dynamic and effective as that at Baker High School. Keith is a true asset to JROTC, Baker High School, and our district's career and technical education program.
We all know that I've had his children at Hutchins Elementary when I was principal over there, and familiar with him both as a father and also as the person in charge of the JROTC program over at Baker. In recognition of your recent award as JROTC CPE Outstanding Instructor of the Year 2013-2014. This certificate of recognition is presented to you by the Mobile Board of School Commissioners. George Watts, congratulations.
And Ms. Roberson, if you would come forward. And the Murphy High School JROTC Drill Team and Color Guard representing them, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Sneed and Cadet Command Sergeant Major Terriel Malone. And they are both from Murphy. Hello. The Murphy High School JROTC Drill Team and Color Guard receiving the recognition on behalf of the drill team. Let me skip ahead. They've continued their rich tradition in winning first place in several categories in statewide and regional competition. They've been selected to represent our district this spring at the Army National Drill Meet in Louisville, Kentucky, and the National Drill Meet in Daytona, Florida. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Sneed is a battalion commander. He is a graduating senior, currently enrolled at Murphy High School. He is pursuing a career in the United States Marine Corps as an officer. He is a 4-year JROTC student and plans to attend Marion Military Institute. Some of his accomplishments include commanding the color guard for the Buffalo Soldiers, leading the Murphy Cadets marching in the Veterans Day Parade, commanding cadets during local Mobile County drill meets, out-of-town drill meet competitions, attending the prestigious Army National Drill Competition, as well as the National High School Drill Team Competition. Joshua reflects great credit upon himself, Mobile County Public School System, Murphy High School, and Cadet Command. And then Cadet Command Sergeant Major Terriel Malone is the Battalion Sergeant Major, currently a junior enrolled at Murphy High School. He is currently ranked 80th out of 542 students. Terriel is aspiring to become a military officer and then becoming an anesthesiologist. He is a 3-year JROTC student. Some of his accomplishments include commanding the color guard for the Buffalo Soldiers, leading the Murphy Cadets marching in the Veterans Day Parade, commanding cadets during the local Mobile County drill meets, out-of-town competitions, and attending the prestigious Army National Drill Competition, as well as the National High School Drill Team Competition and Color Guard. Terriel reflects great credit upon himself, the Mobile County Public School System, Murphy High School, and all of us are very proud of both of you. Thank you.
Recognition presented to Cadet Command Sergeant Major Terriel Malone in recognition of your leadership and dedication as the lead color guard commander at Murphy High School. Sign off. Okay. And then this certificate reads the same for Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Sneed, but it's in recognition as him winning the battalion commander competition at Murphy High School. We just want to recognize you for that, and also I just want to say you're one of those stuck in the Marine Corps, correct? That's my husband, he's a Marine, so once a Marine, always a Marine, good luck to you. You're welcome.
I'm just a little disappointed that they didn't bring their guns tonight, because if you have not seen these guys drill, you have missed something. It is amazing to see, and they are just phenomenal. I can't say enough about the JROTC program, the leadership it instills in our students, and what outstanding young men and women we have in that program. But guys, you're going to have to come back and bring some of your unit and show the board what you do. Is that a deal? Okay, great.
And I have to say that when I was doing this, I thought Terriel was a female. And then when I saw a male, I switched it to he, but no, Terriel is a female, so all those he should have been she's, if that makes sense.
Okay, is that all?
They are just phenomenal.
Let me take a second, if you wouldn't mind. I'd like to actually recognize the recognizer. Career and Technical Education Month just ended, and I want to take the opportunity to thank Nancy Pierce, Marcy McNeil, and Quentin Howard for making it all possible. They were there all day videotaping, tweeting, and communicating all the good things we do in our program. I think we've done a great job in Career and Technical Education over the last several years in getting the word out, but we couldn't get the word out without your leadership, and and your team. So I appreciate it very, very much. So we've made a very nice certificate that says for you and your staff for, again, doing a super job of making it all possible. So thank you.
Okay, at this time, we will go to citizen requests. I have one. Help me with this. Hannah Goffel? Adia. Pronounce the last name. Goffel.
You can give my comments, you have 5 minutes. Now, use your name. You can have it.
Martha Peak, and to all school board representatives. My name is Hania Gaful, a 6th grader at Denton Middle School. I do not represent an organization, a program, or Denton Middle School Student Council. Speaking to you as an individual with hopes that what I speak to you about tonight will help all Mobile County Public Schools. The first thing I will speak about tonight is bullying. There is a friend of mine who cried every time we had lockdown just because she was the only white in the classroom. They would say frightening things to her like, a black man who doesn't like white people is going to shoot you. It made her very afraid. Another friend of mine gets bullied also. She gets laughed at over the most ironic things such as she's fat or she's ugly.
Hold on 1 minute. Can you push the microphone a little closer to her mouth? Okay.
It's ridiculous. Bullying is something Mobile County schools have not yet got into control. Bullying is very harsh at my school. Parents usually are not informed if their children are being bullied, if their child is the bully, or even both. It often feels unsafe at school because of bullying. Smart, innocent children like me should not have to go through such a horrible thing. I feel parents should often have meetings so they are informed of what is taking place at school. Another subject I would like to do is discuss classroom behavior. I find it very embarrassing to teachers that when a substitute is present, they can't sit still. They throw paper balls, bully students, lock teachers out of the classrooms, and make it very hard for other students to learn. Students lack home education, such as social mannerism, personal responsibility, and inability to intellectually communicate their frustration, fears, and aspirations. It's not all the teacher's fault, but the students too. Teachers offer students and even parents help to make our education better. But when we have too much pride and selfishness to accept it, we're still young like flowers that have not yet bloomed. How will a rose become the beautiful flower it is without sunlight? How will we become like healthy daisies if we don't have the proper education? I believe we can become those daisies by having parent involvement meetings every 2 weeks, by stepping up as everyone should and stop the bullying, by giving students the chance to speak up and not be afraid. Thank you for your time, and I hope what I've spoken to you about today will benefit to all Mobile County Public Schools.
Hannah, let me just say this. Your presentation was outstanding. And before you leave, we want you to get with the superintendent or Mr. Mixon so that he can listen and hear more about the things that you see and the things that you possibly have gone through. That's very important to us, and bullying is something that we do not tolerate in Mobile County Public School System. If you have any information, we would love to have it, and naturally we will protect your identity, okay? Thank you, you did a great job. Okay, here, no one else to have signed in terms of speaking before the board. We will now move to the agenda.
On the agenda tonight, you will note, and you've received notice of 2 additions to the agenda, G5, and one of those happens to be on G5, Crittenden Youth Anti-Bullying Program, and Fondy and Denton, Fondy Elementary and Denton Middle are 2 of the programs where this program will be presented by Crittenden Youth Services along with 3 other schools. So there will be an anti-bullying program that's coming. I'm glad that you were here tonight to hear about that. Also, G11, summer work schedule. We've done this in several years now, and with the economic upturn, it's getting better, but employees still enjoy having the extra day in the summer not to have to use gasoline to travel to work, and also in order to utilize that extra day to supplement their work schedule with other jobs. So we're presenting those two on the agenda tonight. With that, action item G1, I recommend the architectural assignments for the roofing projects as listed. Brightland Elementary School, Watermark, Callaway Smith, Watermark, Central Office, Watermark, Dunbar, Major Holland, Howard, Charles Williams, and Montgomery, McKee and Associates.
Let me say this. I don't see Viger, I don't see Ella Grant, and I don't see Mobile County Training School. And I know those three schools were added to the roofing project. Now, is anyone can give me the status of those three?
Yes, sir. Those are on and have been addressed. There is a short and long-range list, and those three have been addressed and have been taken care of. They're not total roofing projects. This was total roofing. I'm looking at Huey and Kenny, Mr. Holder and Mr. Belair.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. President, I move for approval for action item G1.
So, under the question, when will these are the short range or the long range roofing projects here?
This is the first phase of roofing projects that are going out for bid now, and then it'll follow with another phase. I can provide that list of long and short range plans. Mr. Holder, anything you want to add, or Mr. Belair? Right, and LaFleur is one item that'll be coming up as a separate item because it's been bid already. This is for the design of those projects.
Ms. Peak, we had 17 altogether, or somewhere in that number. Is that correct? Am I right about
Yes.
that? So we're just kind of doing it in phases?
Phasing it out.
Okay. All right, any further questions? All in favor, by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Action item G2, a change order number 4 on Rain High School. On the renovation, it's a decrease of $4,784,671.65.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of items 2 and 3. I think there was some questions that one of the board members wanted to ask about one of the other items. So I move approval of items 2 and 3.
Second.
All right. Any on readiness? All in favor, by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Action item G4, contract with Synergistics to provide an energy conservation program based on organizational and behavioral change.
What do I hear from the board?
Ms. Peak, we're asking that if you could please request that you pull item G4 at this particular time.
Okay, so we've been requested the superintendent pull item 4. Is that coming? Okay. All right, item 4 has been pulled. Item 5.
Item G5 is the contract to provide bullying prevention program by Crediton Youth Services. That will be at E.R. Dixon, Fondy, Hall, Denton, and Eanes, and that is $15,600 from local funds.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move approval of items 5 through items 12.
Get a second?
Second.
Move properly second that we approve items 5 through 12. And on readiness, all in favor, by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Item G13, and it asks that you approve the resignation of certified personnel listed under separate cover.
Move for approval.
Get a move proper second, we approve item 13. All in favor, by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Action item G14, ask that you approve the assignment of certified personnel listed under separate cover.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Move for approval.
There's a second. Move proper second that we approve, item 15? 14.
14.
All right, all in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Action item G15, ask that you approve the assignment of certified out-of-field personnel listed under separate cover.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the remaining items on the, 15 through 20.
Okay. All right. Any on readiness? Get a second?
Second.
All right, any on readiness? All in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Action item G21, I'd ask that you approve the termination of probationary classified personnel listed under separate cover.
Mr. Chairman, move for approval.
Get a second?
Second.
Move proper second that we approve, the action items, 20, was that 21?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All, any on readiness? All in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item H.
Action item H is the consent agenda. We present to you out-of-county travel, H1 for your approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move for approval, items H1 and 2.
Get a second?
Second.
Move proper second that we approve items H1 and 2. Any on readiness? All in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Action item I.
Action item I, student expulsions. I would ask that you approve action item 1 through 22 expulsions.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Move approval items 1 through 22.
Get a second?
Second.
All in favor, any on readiness? All in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Action item J, we present for information, J1, monthly financial reports, and item J2, purchase orders of $5,000 and over.
Okay. Any items of discussion? Any old business? Any board superintendent requests? Any pending matters? On attorney-client privilege, we were emailed, was it two emails that all board members received? Do you have any questions to the attorney? Is there a need to go into executive session? Okay, what's the pleasure of the board?
Move approval of the 2 items that the attorney provided to us in email.
Second.
Move it proper second that we approve the recommendation of the attorney provided for us by way of email. Any question on readiness? All in favor, vote by a sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Are there any meetings, Ms. Pete or Mr. Hack?
The only one I would remind the board of, there are school zone hearings on, necessitated by the transition of Mobile Magnet to Ishol Mertz. The first hearing will be this Thursday night, February the 27th at 5 o'clock at Ishol Mertz Elementary. Mr. Mixon has the charts, the maps ready. The principals will all be there, and it'll be to provide information to the parents. Letters have also gone out to all parents of or guardians of children that'll be affected by the zone change. The second hearing will be Thursday, March the 13th at 5 p.m. That will be held at Craighead Elementary School. The same process, the zone maps, and all of the information on those schools. Also, there will be, and we'll provide that Friday report, individual open houses at each of the schools that will be receiving students or zone changes, and we'll let you know the dates of that. That'll be March the 10th, 11th, and 12th, but we'll give you those dates should you want to attend those open houses. With that, that concludes any information I have on dates. Mr. Hack?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Ms. Peak, on my calendar, and it may have changed, I may have missed something, we had some hearings, I think student hearings or something. Is that correct, Mr. Mixon? Okay.
Student hearings?
Do we have any student hearings this week? Yes? Or- Okay. Could- Okay, could we, make sure that, and let,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chambers know so she can send us something,
Yes, sir.
for sure. No.
This time, any further, Ms. Rose? Foster?
No.
Dr. Stringfellow?
No, sir?
Paul? Mr. Lieutenant?
I would just say that I hope each of you enjoy Mardi Gras holiday and President's Day, and have a break, a short break, and we'll be back to finish up third quarter of school.
Move for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It is adjourned.